we've got more home point crystals to hit so that we can actually teleport here. Although teleporting, if we wanted to teleport all the way back to Bastock, we could, but it would cost a little bit of money to do that. So with Signet, normally you go up to one of these guards to get Signet, but because we're not from Sandoria, they'll tell us to find someone from our own country. Or, well, I guess this one will let you spend your conquest points, but you can't ask them for Signet. I think they tell you to find someone from your own country if you find them outside of a town. But every town actually has embassies. So we're in southern Sandoria right now, which we don't have a map for. But up in North Sandoria, that way, I know my way around here fairly well. There's actually a Bastock embassy, so if we needed to go get Signet or anything like that, we could do that. And we go there eventually for some mission-related stuff, too. So the main reason I wanted to come here was to get another trust. And I'm pretty sure we have to talk to this guy here, up by the fountain. That fountain's really making me have to pee. How about you guys? I, Gondabad, am an esteemed member of the storied Juno Institute of Magical Studies. The leading council has bid me come to this fair land of Sandoria with a most sacred mission. You know about this all-important trust initiative already. Sure do. I got a team full of tanks. Rumors truly do spread like wildfire on a dry summer day. Whether my compatriots in Bastock or Windurst informed you of is of little consequence. What matters most is that you are here and wish to engage in the trials we Sandorians can offer. Would you like to participate in the experiment? I'd love to. How fortuitous. I swear by every gray hair on this head that you will not regret it. Your first task is to head to the city gates in northern Sandoria. There you will find someone engaged in the running of ballista, a type of mock skirmish. Some call him by the moniker of the Grand Hero of Sandoria. As you have already surmised, experimental magic may have unknown effects on the world, so he is very careful to ensure the safety of everyone involved. In fact, he is so dedicated to this goal that he himself stepped up as the nation's first participant in the program. Take this letter of introduction with you and head to Ranpir Gate in northern Sandoria. And I already know how to get there. Once there, seek out Excenmille, and pray do not affront him in any fashion. The words of a hero such as he carry unmatched weight in this land. Cool. So it's basically similar to what we had to do when we were in Bastock. Was just get the card, go talk to the person, get their trust. We'll have to do the same thing in Windurst as well, too. We're now in northern Sandoria, and I would point it out on a map if we had one. I don't even think we really have a lot of gil for buying maps. No, we do not. So we'll have to work on that later. Do some gil farming. But we've got our embassies up here that we can go to. So our embassy, the Bastock embassy, is right there. We'll just poke our head in super quick. Oh, hey guys. It's like I'm back home. And then we can come here. We can get Signet cast on us. It's kind of our little home away from home. So yeah, it's definitely very, like the whole town is basically like castle walls. Very medieval knights kind of thing. The Elvaan are they're very proud people, very honor bound, very proud of their strength and their history and all that. So you meet some really cool people and some really decent people, but you also meet some very stuck up and very prejudiced people here as well too. We'll see that more as we advance through the story. I know the first couple of missions have been kind of go run and do this, go do this, but the story actually does get pretty interesting as we go. Oh, this guy here, before we run and find Excenmille for that trust, this is one of those NPCs I was talking to you about where he gives you a repeatable quest. So, Sakodian. There's something foul in the air of late. Can you not feel it? I must get some charms to ward away this wickedness. To make such charms, I need 2 bat wings. Might you bring me some? Sure, why not? You seem like a stable individual. Go to trade. We already have 2 bat wings. Thank you. This should hold the darkness at bay, if only for a while. Bring more if you can. And then we get 200 gil. So in our quest log, if we go to quests, the only completed quest we have for Bastok was the trust thing, getting Naji's trust. That was technically a quest. And then Sandoria, we've completed Fear of the Dark, which is a repeatable quest. Doesn't tell you if it's repeatable in the game's quest log, but it if you look up online, you can get more information on that. It's another survival guide here, so we can book teleport, and there's a home point crystal. And there's our guy right there, Mr. Excenmille, whom I believe is another tank class. So we could have a team of 4 tanks, living the dream. I am Excenmille M. Orshiat, overseer of all conflict-related matters. Hello, guy. Can I get a clone of you? I see. You wish to try your hand at trust. In bygone times, I might have said that adventurers were to be kept at an arm's distance, like the deranged mother of one's partner. Yet when I chose to revive the ancient traditions of conflict and ballista, it was you, the adventurers, who heeded the call to battle. As such, I shall permit you to engage in the trust ritual with me. The trust ritual draws forth energy from ardent bonds of trust and camaraderie, as are forged betwixt brothers in arms upon the battlefield. To cut to the quick, if a strong bond exists between the 2 of us, you will be able to summon an alter ego of me. Indeed, I could drive your foes into the sea as I did the orcs of Rezoa. The problem is, I could hardly pick you out of a lineup with similarly built individuals. Yes, I am ready to commit to the ritual, person I just met. Come, take my hand and concentrate on the bonds that the 2 of us have forged in the last 60 seconds. We go back like a minute ago, bro. That looks nothing like me. Disgraceful. No, I'm not displeased. I'm rather pleasantly surprised at our joint success. What is disgraceful is the very thought that there could be 2 of me. How can my power be unmatched when there are 2 Excenmilles? Think of it, Mr. Pierso. Think of the possibilities this magic could open up if only we harness it properly. A whole army of Excenmilles could even... Yes, the Orc Empire would be like a prostrate babe crying out for its mother's milk. Ha ha! Would you fancy that? Tonight we drink, tomorrow we vanquish. I am warming to the idea of this trust more and more. Though I must admit, I barely expected success to come so easily. I triumphed in the bonding only once before. It was with my old friend Rahal, leader of the Royal Knights, but all those who came after have failed spectacularly. But that man can be so infuriating. Go here, hold your sword like this, turn 90 degrees and touch your nose. That sounds like a roadside sobriety test. Make sure you do not fall into the same trap. Okay, I'll do my best, dude. In commemoration of this monumental event, I hereby present you with a scroll containing all we have achieved. Using this should enable you to summon my alter ego. While I have your attention, Corilla of the Temple Knights is also participating. I must warn you, however, that she has little time for those who have done her no favors. I highly doubt she would consent to undergoing the ritual with you. Increase your reputation around vana'diel and do all you can for your home nation first. There we go. And I don't think we even have to come back to him and tell him how it went. I think it's just with whichever one you did first, which we did Naji first. So there you have it. Corilla, if you remember back when we got the Naji trust, Naji mentioned that Ayami, the Mithril Musketeer that he kind of has the hots for, that's one rank ahead of him, that she's doing it, but she's not gonna put up her trust for just anyone she meets. Corilla is basically the Sandorian equivalent to that. There's one in Windurst as well, too, that we'll have to wait for as well. I can't remember which one it is off the top of my head, though. So let's go ahead and summon Excenmille. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he's a tank. Uses a lance. So I think his job is... warrior or paladin. I can't quite remember. So basically, yeah, we have a team of tanks. What I'm realizing we should have done is when we traveled through Valkyrie Dunes, we should have gone to Selbina and flagged the home point crystal there. So unfortunately, we're going to have to journey on back the way we came. That's okay, though. So to anyone watching in the comments below, let me know, what are some of your favorite low-level experiences in this game? Maybe some of the earlier experiences when you really had no idea what you were doing. Things were just kind of new and exciting and intimidating. What was your favorite part? If you want to let me know. I've spent some time talking about some of my low-level experiences, and it'd be great to hear some of yours. We just triggered a Field of Valor training regime to kill 6 sheep and 1 member of the Goblin family. So that got us some more experience and sparks. Just lots of little opportunities there. And there's a skeleton down here. I believe we had a daily challenge to kill some undead. So let's go ahead and kill some undead. In some of the later areas where the undead are, there are so many of them and they're a lot stronger, you have to be really careful with them. If your health gets too low or you're suffering any kind of weakness, they will be able to aggro you from ridiculously far away. Paladins are actually really wonderful to have because they get, I believe it's called Undead Killer as a passive trait. Oh, wow. And that can actually cause undead to become intimidated by the paladin's presence, and that can actually intimidate them into inactivity. So they might just stand there like idiots and just, well, you continue to just tear them apart. So the reason, other than getting the EXP and the sparks for flagging a Field of Valor test there, I want to kill a few of these guys because you get experience, you get gil for completing these pages in the Field of Valor book, and you also get what are called tabs, which you can use for teleporting. Because I might try to actually teleport us and get us a little closer to Valkyrie Dunes. And we did a lot of running in this last little bit, so let's actually get some combat in. Let's try out Burning Blade. Haven't made a macro for it yet, but we're going to try it out. So we just got to find 2 more sheep and we'll be done this page. I don't know if that will give us enough tabs because we need 50 to do a book teleport. And we only have 27. Hopefully we'll get enough tabs to actually teleport. Otherwise, we walking. Oh, I just dig that music. It's so good. Holy crap, there's like a little bit of everything out here except what I'm looking for. Oh, hello there, lamb chops. Well, you're gonna be lamb chops here in a sec. What did I do to you? Absolutely nothing. Wow. Excenmille don't fuck around. And last sheep here. Hopefully we'll get enough tabs. Just go to sleep. Just go to sleep. Oh, nice. Oh, you know what? We got 33 tabs. We had 27. So yeah, that gives us a little bit more than what we need to do a book port. This should take us... Oh, it actually shows us. That's helpful. So that would take us up by the entrance to Valkyrie Dunes. We'd have to go through the Sandbat Cave again. What else do we got here? Is that it? We didn't grab a book out in Lethane Plateau, did we? Alright, I guess we're going there. And we'll go ahead and use those tabs. So, deja vu, we're back in the Valkyrie Dunes, coming from the same route we did originally. and we're gonna have to go through the sandbat cave again. We've got an extra person with us now, so that'll be helpful if we run into any problems. So once we get through the sandbat cave, instead of going north when we get out to the wide open area where you start seeing the beach to the south, instead of going north up to Lethane Plateau towards Sandoria, we're actually going to head west, and the Selbina port town is just kind of to the south, further west out. And yes, that was a guy riding on a crab that just went by. They've added some, it used to just be chocobos that you could ride in this game. You can even raise your own chocobo too. I don't have a lot of experience with that, but kind of a cool feature. But they have a lot of other mounts now. They kind of followed suit with some other MMOs, and you can get like crabs and raptors and stuff like that you can ride on. Just kind of neat. I'm all too happy to kill more of these little bastards. Full disclosure, back in the day when this cave was absolute hell to go through, myself and other players would stop and actually clear this cave, especially sometimes even if there wasn't a low-level person trying to get through, just because you remember just how hellish it was to get through here and have to deal with these stupid bats. So I would always try to pay it forward and really make sure this cave was cleared just in case somebody came through here so they didn't get murdered. That was a terrible experience when you were a new player. Especially since there's really, without looking it up online or without somebody telling you, there's really no way to know that these bats are going to aggro you until they do, because every other bat you've seen up to this point will only attack you if you attack it. Yeah, that's right. Go to hell, you little fuckers. We are almost level 15. We will learn a new ability when we hit level 15 as well. Warrior learns Berserk at level 15, which raises their attack but lowers their defense. And they eventually learn a move called Defender, which does the exact opposite. Raises defense, lowers attack. Good moves, depending what kind of role you're trying to play. If you're going more of a tank role or a damage dealer role. Okay, we've got this goblin ambusher. He's only a tough at this point, and there's 4 of us, so I think we'll be okay. We can take him. See, look how much damage he does. Okay, so we kind of sort of have 2 healers. So yeah, I guess Excenmille does play a paladin. Well, I guess he has MP too, so yeah, paladins have MP. Well, that's neat. It'll be nice when we actually get a dedicated white mage whose sole focus is healing. Oh. Tossed the bomb. One neat thing about playing a paladin job as well too is when you play a job like what Excenmille and vana'diel play, being able to heal, I mean obviously you can kind of support with some heals, but it also actually helps you to hold hate as well. So you'll be using moves like Provoke, your attacks will be generating hate, and the magic you use, and using cure spells. Like when I'm probably gonna, my plan with Mr. Pierso, I think the first advanced job we're probably gonna go for. I could change my mind, but I really would like to play Paladin again. That was kind of my first love in this game. So I really like playing the tank classes, but we'll try other jobs too. But I would usually try to cast curing spells on people in the group, even if it wasn't really that necessary, just because it would really help you to hold hate, especially if you have like a mage or a damage dealer where they're just really pulling hate off of you. Just having that extra edge to just really piss that mob off really makes the difference when you're playing a tank class. And if you've played just about any MMO ever, the tanks and the healers get scrutinized probably the worst, because if the tank doesn't hold the mob, then the party wipes, and if the healer's not healing, then the tank wipes and the party wipes. So it was a stressful job to play back in the day. So before we go to Selbina, we've got another outpost up here. And there should be a survival guide there, so we can definitely hit that up in case we ever have to do a teleport out here. And there is a home point crystal in Selbina as well. And look at that. Bastock has control of this region. I love it. It definitely sucked playing on my other character and like never having control of any, like you saw that too. Like we went, I think Ron 4 was the only region Sandoria had control of that I could see. We'll definitely be coming back here later as well because there are some things we need to do here. There's actually a very important quest here. I don't believe we can flag it until we're level 18. But it's a quest that actually allows you to unlock something called Support Job, where you can actually play a second job, level it up, and then when you go back on Warrior, you can flag, let's say, Thief or Monk that you've leveled up to, I don't know, level 15. And we're a level 15 Warrior, so if I had Monk as my sub job, it would be half of my main job's level. So then I would have Monk as a secondary job. That would add to our stats, our health a little bit. We'd get some Monk abilities. It's kind of a neat feature, but unfortunately we won't be able to quest for that until we're a few levels higher. In the words of my buddy who introduced me to this game, good old Selbina. That was the first thing he said when we first came here back when I first started playing this years and years ago. Selbina's mayor is looking for adventurers to fulfill a special task for him. I'm not familiar with the particulars, but Flandies is. He can direct you to the mayor's residence. Well, okay. Those cutscenes never used to happen. I think those are kind of those side stories I was telling you about where they're trying to streamline some of the content.